Joe Kleen, Southern Hospitality, February 12, 1990, 81. Sergeant Stanley walked among the Little Bird's passengers, telling them not to put their fins on until their spot in the queue placed them up on the small dive platform at the boat's stern. The passengers rocked left to right along with the boat as she swayed and rolled, gently bobbing with the small waves. Sergeant Stanley stepped onto the dive platform as passengers and crew donned snorkeling equipment, his mask and snorkel dangling below his chin, the item secured by the mask strap around his neck as he slipped on his fins before addressing his audience. "You know all those movies where divers have the masks up on their foreheads?" he asked, tapping his forehead. "Never do that. It immediately telegraphs to all the experienced divers that A, you're not a diver, and B, that you watch too much television. When masks aren't in place covering our eyes and noses, they should dangle from our necks as mine does. If we push them up on our foreheads, a wave could dislodge them and send them down to the dark depths of Davy Jones' locker. Do not put your fins on until you're up on the dive platform. Once our fins are on, we'll slip our mask over our eyes and noses, bite down very gently on our snorkels, press a palm to our mask, and step off the platform with legs spread wide, one in front of the other. This way, everything stays where it belongs, and we stay up on the surface. Once you're in the water, swim a few meters away, but do not dive. We'll all enter the water before any of us starts wandering around among the fishes. Questions?" he concludes. The passengers' heads swiveled as each looked to the other. Receiving neither verbal nor gesticular cues of interrogative, Stanley nodded, walked to the platform's edge, turned to face the passengers, swiveled his head left and right to establish eye contact, secured his mask over his eyes, and with palm gently holding the mask in place, took one giant step forward, keeping his legs spread as he'd instructed earlier. Once in the water, he slipped his mask down around his neck, swam a few feet out of the way, and after asking Sullivan to join him, instructed Gilbert to start the passenger queue to file singly into the water. The passengers entered the water with varying degrees of grace, and once all those who were going to dive bobbed up and down in the 80-degree water, Stanley gave instructions on allowing a bit of water to enter masks to keep them from fogging, and then asked, "What is the one thing you must always have by your side as you dive?" "A buddy," Joe declared. "Correct," Sergeant Stanley replied. "Remind me to buy that man a drink when we're back on board," he added with a chuckle. "Keep your buddy within 2 meters, have fun, and remember not to put your mask on your foreheads unless you want to buy something that lies on the ocean's floor. Gilbert, you go east, Sullivan west, Frederick north, Samuel south. Have fun, everyone," he concluded as he watched his ward swim away in pairs and small groups.